Hi Nick.
Hi Mum, how you doing?
I was doing well. What do you think of my new idea for CoolBoard?
I very much like it. Do you want to tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I got the idea from, on the aeroplanes when they tell you to move your ankles and feet to get the circulation going. And I've always felt sitting in front of the computer that you slowly solidify up from the feet upwards. And this is a way to keep them moving. I can carry on working because it doesn't break my concentration, but it keeps my legs working, and it keeps the blood pumping, and it keeps all those muscles working. So I think this is a great idea for keeping you mobile, even though you're sat half the day playing with a computer.
So it's kind of halfway to being at a standing desk without actually having to invest in a standing desk and be stood up. You can still be sat down in your comfortable position.
Absolutely.
But still keeping some movement going.
And keeping the legs moving and the circulation going.
Excellent. So what kind of, I can see you're wobbling around now, so we can, there seems to be a few different moves I've seen you doing on it, going round in circles and to and fro and back and forth.
That's it, exactly. And going round in circles one way, you can carry on, don't even have to think about it, you just get the movement going, so it doesn't distract what you're trying to do. Some of them, if you go the other way, then you've just got to get it established a little bit before you can stop thinking about it. And if you really want to work your hips and your thighs and get your thighs lifted off the chair a little bit, you go from side to side.
So, in this position, you say you can feel it working your thighs, so it's coming up almost, it's working your hips as well.
It's coming up to my hip joints.
So you've got hips and thighs. What else are we working here as well?
I suppose you're also working all the little muscles around your feet because you're holding your feet steady where they are.
And ankles?
Ankles a little bit, not that much. But then if you do the backwards and forwards one, like I'm doing now you've got your ankles going.
Okie doke.
And I can feel it up, my calf muscles are going nicely. And my knees a little bit, not that much, but some.
Okay,
and
so
my feet also having to grip.
So with different movements, you can move the emphasis around different parts of your lower body. But the main thing is you're always keeping some nice motion in there, keeping the circulation good, keeping some movement good.
And you're able to do that and still concentrate on what you're doing, which is fabulous.
And how do you find this affects your work? So you say you're able to keep concentrating so you can work away. Before you were doing this, was it an issue?
It was an issue because you got up from the chair, and at my age you begin to stiffen up a bit and you're a bit stiff. You're not anymore. And you're keeping up the mobility. I have a great motto which says, if you want to keep mobile, you've got to use it or you lose it at my age. So this is one way of keeping mobility into my feet and ankles and legs while I'm getting on with something else.
Excellent. And it's a very good motto to hear you have, because I think use it or lose it has been a big thing in the fitness world for years. But I think maybe a lot of people more of your age aren't thinking like that, and I think it's probably the stage of life that you really want to be thinking like that.
Absolutely, because it's so easy to feel a bit stiff and that joint hurts a little bit, so okay, I won't bend down so much, or I won't do this, or I find it difficult to go upstairs. But if you keep it moving, then you can keep moving.
Brilliant. And you stop getting into that downward spiral of less activity equals less ability, so you do less and less.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool. And the whole time we've been nattering away, you've been gently wobbling around on your board.
There you go. And I haven't had to think about it, and I'm just doing it. And you can change the movement too, because if you're doing one movement all the time, it gets tiring.
Yeah.
But if you change the movement and do something else, then it's using slightly different muscles, and it's less tiring. So
brilliant.
Yeah, it works a treat.
And this way you're able to still use your CoolBoard in front of the telly for 20 minutes or half an hour of an evening, just to help your back and your posture and everything.
Yep.
But now you're able to use exactly the same thing at your desk, or I presume, has there been other places around the house you've been doing this?
Well, I sit down and spend a lot of time doing puzzles, keep the old use it or lose it brain going.
Yeah.
And that's ideal for that, because I sit a long time doing puzzles, and I can do that again. I can concentrate on the puzzle but keep my legs and feet moving.
And I guess if you were to get up, wake up feeling very stiff, you could even do it by the side of your bed, so you've already got some movement in before you're trying to stand up.
Could be. And that could save those awful moments when you get up too quickly and you get a spasm.
Yes, brilliant.
So, yeah, I think it's a grand plan.
Well, thank you very much, Mum. It's always been a fantastic thing with CoolBoard. I came up with a fairly simple idea I've spent a lot of time perfecting, but one of the best things about it has been the way people have come to me with new uses and new benefits. And this is another one, and it's fantastic. I can see it being used many places. Who knows, maybe it could even be used in hospitals to help people keep a bit more mobile and help them get out of their beds a bit more quickly.
Yeah, and when you're sat in a chair, they like to move you after an op into a chair very quickly, don't they? And if you're sat in a chair, you're not putting any strain or stress on the leg, but you can get the movement going.
Brilliant. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mother. I think it's brilliant, and I'm very glad to see you using my board.
I love it. Thanks, Nick.
Cool.
Okay.
How was that?
See now.